Thank you, Mayor Jones, Comptroller Green, and President Reed for providing space for us to voice our thoughts and concerns about the proposed FY22 budget. My name is Trevaughn. My pronouns are he, him. I'm a city resident residing in Ward 6. I'm also the Senior Justice for All Policy Advocacy Fellow at 402 Ferguson. Like many others who have already spoken, I am concerned about the proposed $270 million of the general fund going to public safety versus the proposed $3.4 million of the general fund going to health and human services. For far too long, we have invested too much money into systems that arrest, incarcerate, and enact state violence in communities suffering from decades-long economic disinvestment. We are requesting that the city defunds money allocated to our police department vacant positions, police overtime pay, SWAT, real-time crime center, and shot spotters, and reinvest those funds into proven public safety alternatives that will target the root causes of crime to measurably decrease violence in the city and cultivate the healing ecosystem needed for a racially equitable St. Louis. 402 Ferguson exists because of the killing of Michael Brown Jr. at the hands of police in Ferguson, Missouri in 2014. The Ferguson Commission report that was birthed from that incident proposed many police reform measures. While the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department has enacted some changes adjacent to these recommendations, they would not be enough to fundamentally change our public safety system. What is most striking about the outcomes of the commission's process is that when asked to address the root causes of this police killing, the community leaders returned a document that included policy priorities ranging from fair housing and equitable education to accessible transportation and living wage. As Jay and others previously touched on, there are tangible and practical yet radically imaginative ways we can use reallocated funds that will grow the seeds of the public safety system we desire. We can invest in a first responder alternative program that is independent of the police department. There are countless stories across the nation and in St. Louis where a police officer responded to a call involving someone experiencing mental illness or homelessness, only for the incident to end in the harming or death of that individual at the hands of police, who are overall unequipped to respond to many community needs. Investing in crisis workers, specially trained to independently respond to nonviolent crises, can allow those in crisis to receive the help and care they truly need. We can also invest in the Ferguson Commission call to create community justice centers that could cultivate new sentencing alternatives and connections to well-being with services that address root causes of crime, such as a sobering center, robust job training programs, housing resources, and a 911 diversion call training. The Defund, Re-Envision, Transform Coalition, which 402 Ferguson is a member of, also names important measures that could begin to reckon with and heal past harm to residents, such as reparations for families whose loved ones have been killed by police, who are burdened with bereavement and funeral costs without access to victim compensation funds because their loved ones are considered criminals without proper investigations. Police reform and police accountability, or police reform and police community relations, are not enough to ensure safe communities and racial equity. And it requires investments in long-term solutions that will radically and fundamentally change our public safety system. Now is the time for us as a city to be a national leader in investing in the well-being of our most impacted communities and create a more thriving cities for us all. Thank you so much for your time.